This is not a camera test. Hey guys, Johan and Lee here with Overshadowed Theatrical Productions, and I am the scenic designer for Noah of 2020. I guess now it's going to be 2021. We began this journey back in Christmas of 2019. I was approached by Reba Hervis, and she just asked me, would you like to be involved in Noah again? And I'm thinking to myself, wow, I'm honored to be a part of it. It's more of a redemptive process for me. Steve Keller, who has been my tag team partner in the 2020 Noah, he and I worked on Noah of 2011 together, and we constructed this set out of Unistrut. And on top of that, placed a facade of styrofoam. The size of the Ark set was not what Steve and I had hoped it to be. It was probably a quarter or even a fifth or sixth scale of what it is in 2020. And I am so proud of this set. It was just design and meetings all the way till March, I believe. Within the summer, I found out from my roommate and friend that his dad's an excavator. And so he has access to all these logs. I was thinking that we were going to go back into the Unistrut and styrofoam deal, but when I thought about logs, I'm like, this is structural. It looks like what it should be. And on top of that, I know it's going to be hard. It's going to be a lot of effort. It's going to be a lot of hours, and it was. So we picked up the logs on Labor Day weekend, and Steve, Ryan, and I, we just began milling these things into the framework of the structure. And then move-in day was October 17th. We started standing these things up and then anchoring them down into the stage. That way they're secure for the actors and ourselves, really. I have probably calculated up to 1,300 hours, probably more than that, if I'm being realistic and honest. And then it's been like a 2.5 to 3 month journey just to build this thing to what it is. This mammoth scale Ark that the 2011 Noah set doesn't even compare to. It's 100% to the design. And that is something that's so exciting to me.
Why would we invest that much time?
I love it. We love it.
Yes, we do love theater. We do love telling a story.
Yeah.
I think for me personally, we're telling a story of redemption. The main takeaway from the story is that there is judgment, but there is salvation from that judgment. And I think of all the stories that we have the opportunity to tell as a theater, these type of stories are the most important. And for me, they're the most interesting, and the ones that I'm more excited to be a part of. Of course, they always seem to be the hardest ones to get done. There always just seems to be obstacles that come up in these when we have these plays and stories that are Bible based. But in the end, it's worth it.
So I'm known as a man of detailed work. Part of that reason is to immerse the actors into the set, into their environment. You know, once the actor actually believes that they're in the environment, I believe that we as the viewer believe the story even further. And I hope that this story doesn't point to myself or any individual on the stage.
While in some ways, you know, it is a big set, it's something to look at. We also don't want it to distract from the message that the scripture is trying to teach us in the story of Noah.
One of the things that I learned in this process of just building is when I came home one night from a long day, from a 16-hour day, and I took off my gloves and my hands were literally bleeding blood. It just dawned on me how much bigger the Ark was and what Noah and his family even went through. I gained more of an appreciation for the process, for the work.
And I consider it a privilege to use the creative abilities that God's given us to try to tell that story. We have a God who tells stories. He gave us the Bible, which is one big story filled with hundreds of little stories. And with this production, we get to tell one of those big stories.
I am nothing without the so many others at Overshadowed that has become family. I couldn't even be more proud to be a part of this experience. Well, I hope you get to see the show in 2021, and I sincerely hope that this year will be a better year for you. Peace. I'm truly thankful for the individuals that have helped me out in this process. Not only Steve Keller, but also Ryan Slupik, Calvin Higgins, Brianna and Rachel Eiler, Margaret Solly, Michael Coombe, Patrick Rudling, Steve's kids, Tyler and Zachary, and also Matt Hallstein, Jessica Means. Thank you so much for your help in this, your labor, your time that you put in to help in this project. Truly means a lot to me, and I'm so appreciative. So thank you all.